Try not to get a paper cut, Mez.
The Toronto scene is great. When I look at other scenes, I'm like, wow, we might actually have it better than a lot of these people because we have such a variety of like characters and like in-game and out-of-game. The people you meet are like so unique in Toronto. Like there's just like all walks of life and it's really nice. You show up and you just have like this circle of people all come from like different social standards. It's just really fun to just like interact with people. Watching GooseCon play, it's like heartwarming. Like we both started around the same time and we play on net play. He was always like a tech skill spammer, brain off, like running it down and like trying to just like get triple knees, moonwalk, fucking back air into knee or something. And I was like, this guy has crazy ideas. He definitely knows how to like reel it in and like play the game at a top level and then start swagging if he's like feeling himself. And we just kind of like watch each other and like, oh, this guy's so sick. I don't know. Love GooseCon.
Mission complete!
I got into the Melee scene because I wanted to, I was inspired by my friends and, other people that I've looked up to in the past in both the competitive side of the play as well as the organizational side of Melee. And I feel like overall it's made me a better manager, like organizer, just better at big group logistics, orientations, like school dances. And I don't think anything like that would have happened if not for me stepping up and, showing initiative in our like little Smash Club to help host our weeklies. I think it's easily one of the most talented scenes in the world. I think one of the defining factors of the local really is that we've put a lot of effort into making sure that standard of production is above and beyond anything that at least Toronto has seen in the recent years. And I feel like we've been able to transfer that, like spectacle to make sure that people at the event itself are having a good time beyond playing their own sets. Like they have a good time spectating. The people at home have a good time watching people if they're not able to attend. And I think a large part of that is due to that connection with the top skill or like the most like more involved players. People like Maher, people like Mono, using, their top player connection to help bring the community together, which is something that I can only do to a certain extent. One of the things down the line is to host something kind of like a national or like a small major using the resources and all the things that we've learned. And I think part of that only happens if we're able to, successfully keep the community as interested and intrigued and wanting to better our Melee scene as a whole.
今回は僕の勝ちだね。
Yeah, I think when I joined Toronto, like it was very different, like from what I always anticipated it to be. When I joined the Toronto scene, I always looked up to it from the outside. It's like that's like the place for Smash in Canada. Like not even just Melee, even like Ultimate or Smash 4 or whatever. Like shit was happening here, And when I got here, it was kind of dead after COVID. Now the Toronto scene's in a lot better spot. I think with the local now, where it's just been like downtown, it's been like a weekly. So people are coming together every week, like storylines are happening. Amy Cruz is getting hyped. Like all the people who may not have played for 10 years, like they're just getting into Melee for the first time. Like they're having a blast. So that's what gets me really excited about it. I'd say the person I like playing the most is probably MG, just because I think he pushes me the hardest. And I feel like we have battles. Saying like earlier, new storylines and stuff are happening. I think me and MG, like we just do new stuff every week and kind of push each other. And I think it's been a while since I've had someone like that and play against regularly. So that's probably my favorite person to play. The real big thing is like grow it, have some monthlies by the local team, grow our Twitch and all our socials so people are watching the stream every week. We want to be like Canada's big tournament that people are watching every week and getting pumped for.
Try not to get a paper cut, Mez.
All right, 3, 2, 1. It's become a huge part of my life, right? I live with Smashers. I mean, I'm here every week, and have been traveling around for Smash, way more than I ever thought I would. But I moved to Toronto almost 6 years ago to the day, and knew nobody here. So it was a huge part of meeting people, making friends, getting out of the house, and like developing like a social circle. Like it's been huge. Yeah, I mean, you just have like a huge group of people who all are into the same thing, right? There's always something to talk about. You know, there are people like from way different walks of life. Everybody's so different and coming from different places, but you know, we all have one thing that we're obsessed with. It's a bunch of people who have been in a bunch of different scenes, right? I started playing in Saskatchewan, and I've been a part of the Alberta scene, and then I came here. So I've seen all kinds of things. Maher was from New Brunswick. Shash, you know, was running locals for years at the university. So it's a bunch of people with some experience who are already connected to the scene, managed to drag people in. And also, it's just been a long time since Toronto had a really consistent local. And I think a lot of the work kind of was done for us just by it being new and exciting. I think that our goal has always been just consistency and iterative growth, right? We're trying to keep it sustainable, and we've tried to structure it in a way that we can build and reinvest into the community. Yeah, it's just about keeping it consistent, keeping people engaged, and trying to refine. But I feel like Toronto's scene is in like a period of like mending, growth, and really positive movement, right? It's you know, it's had its ups and downs and some infighting and some clickiness over the years, but really feels like it's headed in a positive direction.
It's crazy. I feel like I'm doing a podcast right now.
Come on!
Like, I think what really clicked is when I went to my first tournament. It was 2 months later, so I started playing like January of 2014. I went to my first tournament in March 2014. I was like, okay, I've been practicing, like I should do okay. I got like destroyed by everyone else, but I think that lit a fire under my ass. It was like a mixture of competing and also playing something I really liked that I've always had a connection with. I think that's what like snapped in my head. Like, it's crazy how much we've continued to push the scene, and I think people really fuck with it. Like, I think people really still enjoy the local experience. We're at a great venue. The TOs are doing a great job streamlining it. The production value's been great, and I feel like we really haven't had something consistent at that level. Like, we've had Gommel and stuff. Obviously, the production's great, but it's a one-time thing. But now it feels like we have one central hub, and I think that's brought the community closer together. Like, it's our main local. This is our one where everyone's like, I gotta go to this one. This is the local, right? We've never had that before. I think that's like been something we've been like wanting for a while. I think there's been a hunger for it, and it's paying off now. And I think that's like something that I think has been really good for the scene.